So as a parent or as a leader, you don't have to be afraid of sexting. You don't have to be overwhelmed by it. There are ways that we can help our youth navigate this new activity in a way that keeps them safe. So one of the things that we need to do as parents or as leaders is to really familiarize ourselves with sexting acronyms. So you can do this by Googling sexting acronyms, by visiting Urban Dictionary, and by really familiarizing or even just asking your kid. Sometimes they'll share with you more than you think that they would. And this can help you sort of understand the culture of sexting. Another thing that's important to do is to always know the apps that are on your kids' phones. So your kids' phones are almost always going to be under your own account. So you can make sure that an app can't be purchased without a password that only you know. This is one way to prevent vault apps from occurring on your kids' phone. So a vault app is something that hides sexting. So it looks like a calculator, for example, but really it's hiding a bunch of nude images. I tell young people, first you want to start off with a sort of light tone, right? Because typically they're a friend, or they're somebody, they're an acquaintance, they're somebody who's on, your sports team or whatever. And so you first want to start off light, like, hey, I didn't want to see that, or don't ever do that again, or something sort of sarcastic or light in a way that shows that you're not into it, but you aren't going to be too serious. You're not going to take it too seriously. Then if it happens again, then you can start taking a more serious tone, like, no, I really don't want to see that. Or that's disgusting, don't show that to me. Or whatever the case may be. And then if it keeps happening, then at that point is when you want to go to an adult. You can always block people on social media sites, on apps, even on your phone. So preventing inappropriate or problematic social media use in kids is easier said than done, but there are definitely some strategies that you can use to educate kids and hopefully to help them make better decisions online. So one is that you definitely want to explain to them that strangers and friends are likely going to ask them to talk about sex online, to share sexy photos, and that you should not answer those questions if it is a stranger. And if it is a friend, you can tell them you're flattered, but you aren't into it. Explain to them that you recognize that it's normal to want to send or receive nude photos with friends or a romantic partner, but that there are just so many consequences now that could potentially happen, and that sharing these images are so easy that it's best that they don't. However, it can be difficult to explain to a child or a teenager that there's consequences from sexting if they see their friend sexting and they're not experiencing consequences. So acknowledging that it's normal, but most of all, asking them why they would want to sext, how they imagine that to be benefiting their life, getting them to think about those types of questions are always good ways to really help mitigate issues that could arise from sexting. Apps own all of those images. So if you have a bunch of images in these apps that are nude or semi-nude images of you, they actually own the rights to those pictures. Tell them straight out, you should never post or share a nude image of yourself, even if it doesn't show your face. It's always trackable. Even more important, you should explain, particularly to boys, that it's never okay to share a nude image. It's actually illegal, that's distribution of porn, and it's a form of harassment. And so you should really send the message that it's not going to be tolerated if you're sharing. I don't care if somebody sent you the image. If you share it then with somebody else, you're just as to blame as the person who sent it to you. Again, it's important to express something like a cyber value is the same value that you would have offline as you would have online. So it's important that you recognize that your online self is an extension of your offline self. And so what you're doing online is still indicative of who you are. It's not this separate space that you can do all sorts of different behaviors that have no consequences. It is an extension of yourself.